Welcome back, football fans, to another episode of Gridiron Legends. Today we're going to wrap up our review of the Hall of Fame class of 1966. So stick around and journey with me into the past as we spotlight Clyde the Bulldog Turner. Okay, Clyde Turner was inducted into the Hall of Fame in the class of 1966 as a center and a linebacker. He played 13 seasons in the league. He was an All-NFL selection 7 times. He played 138 games. He had 17 career interceptions for 298 return yards. Let's dig into his bio here. Clyde the Bulldog Turner excelled as a premier center and linebacker for the Chicago Bears for 13 seasons. Yet, had it not been for a fortunate set of circumstances while he was still a college player at Hardin-Simmons University, he might never have had the chance to play in the National Football League. Pro football scouting was in the early stages in the late 30s. Most teams relied on the football magazines with their traditional preseason All-America selections. Players from little-known colleges simply weren't included. Yet not one but 2 NFL teams eagerly sought out Turner. A Hardin-Simmons fan tipped off Frank Korch, a Bears scout, about Turner's abilities during his junior season. After watching Turner, Korch convinced coach George Halas the Bears should draft him. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions were so sure they had convinced Turner to turn down offers from other NFL teams, they didn't even bother to draft him. For the Bears, acquiring Turner in the first round of the 1940 draft proved to be a master stroke. For both, the 1940 season marked the beginning of a period of dominance of their particular specialties, the Bears in winning championships and Turner in becoming the best all-around center in pro football. As a linebacker who was blessed with halfback speed, Turner in 1942 led the league in interceptions with 8. On offense, he was a flawless snapper and an exceptional blocker who could also play guard or tackle. Never was his versatility more evident than in 1944 when he was asked to fill in as a ball carrier in an emergency situation. He consistently ground out long gains, including a 48-yard touchdown romp. 3 years later against Washington, Turner came up with what he called the favorite play of his career, a 96-yard interception return for a touchdown. So that's his bio there, Bulldog Turner. Let's do some more research and see what else we can find out. Okay, Clyde Bulldog Turner was born in Plains, Texas in 1919. He attended Sweetwater High School in Sweetwater, Texas. He played high school football for Sweetwater High at age 15 in 1934. Turner enrolled at Hardin-Simmons University in Abilene, Texas in 1936 at the age of 17. As a freshman, he weighed 172 pounds and showed no outward signs of developing into a football player. By the fall of his sophomore year, Turner had gained 18 pounds and won the job as the starting center on the Hardin-Simmons Cowboys football team. By his senior year, he had increased his weight to 235 pounds. In September of 1938, Turner first gained national attention when Associated Press photographer Jimmy Loghead, playing off Turner's strengths and his background growing up in West Texas Hereford cattle country, took his picture posing with a 240-pound calf around his shoulders. Turner later recalled posing with the calf. "That day about did me in. I don't think I've ever been so tired in my life." Turner played center for the Hardin-Simmons football team for 3 years, and during that time, the football team compiled records of 8-0-1, 8-2, 7-1-1. At the end of the 1939 season, Turner was selected by the New York Sun as the first-team center on the 1939 College Football All-America team. In December of 1939, Turner was selected by the Chicago Bears with the 7th overall pick in the first round of the 1940 draft. He was the only lineman selected in the first 10 picks. In June of 1940, Turner signed a 3-year contract with the Bears. While Turner was in college, he was the subject of recruitment efforts by George Richards, the owner of the Detroit Lions. An NFL investigation concluded that Richards had tampered with Turner by paying for Turner's dental work, giving him $100, and advising him to announce publicly that he would not play professional football so as to dissuade other teams from drafting him. The NFL fined the Lions $5,000 for the violation. As a rookie, Turner at age 21 appeared in 11 games, 9 of them as a starting center for the 1940 Chicago Bears, a team that compiled an 8-3 record and defeated the Washington Redskins 73-0 in the championship game. In that game, Turner intercepted a Sammy Baugh pass and returned it 29 yards for a touchdown. At the end of the 1940 season, he was selected as a first-team All-Pro by the Chicago Herald-American and as a second-team All-Pro by the National Football League. He was one of only 2 rookies to receive All-Pro honors in 1940. Now, in 1941, Turner appeared in all 11 games, 10 as a starter for the 1941 Bears that compiled a 10-1 record and again won the NFL championship. Turner was selected as the All-Pro center, receiving first-team honors on the so-called official All-Pro team selected by a committee of professional football writers for the NFL. The consensus selection of Turner as the NFL's top center marked a transition from Mel Hein, who had been a consensus All-Pro at the position for the prior 9 years. In 1942, Turner started all 11 games and helped the Bears win the NFL Western Division title with an 11-0 record, though the team lost to the Washington Redskins in the 1942 NFL Championship game. Turner led the NFL with 8 interceptions in 1942. He also scored 2 touchdowns, one on an interception return and the other on a fumble recovery in return. At the end of the 1942 season, Turner was selected as the first-team center on the All-Pro team by the NFL and the AP. In 1943, Turner started all 10 games and helped the Bears win their 3rd NFL championship in 4 years. He again was selected as a first-team All-Pro by the AP. And in 1944, Turner appeared in all 10 games for the Bears, a team that compiled a 6-3-1 record and finished in 2nd place in the NFL Western Division. On December 3rd of 1944, Turner was shifted into the backfield late in the game and had a 48-yard run for the only rushing touchdown of his career. He was selected as a first-team All-Pro again by the AP. In January of 1945, Turner was inducted into the United States Army Air Forces, was assigned as a physical training instructor. He played for the 2nd Air Force Super Bombers football team in Colorado Springs, Colorado. At the end of the season, Turner was the leading pick on the All-Army Air Forces Conference football team. And in March of 1946, Turner rejected offers to play in the All-America Football Conference and signed a contract to return to the Bears. He appeared in all 11 games and helped lead the 46 Bears to another NFL championship. At the end of the season, Turner was selected as a first-team All-Pro by the AP. In 1947, Turner appeared in all 12 games for a Bears team that compiled an 8-4 record and finished 2nd place in the NFL Western Division. During the 1947 season, Turner intercepted a Sammy Baugh pass and returned it 96 yards for a touchdown, a moment that Turner later selected as the highlight of his career. At the end of the season, he was again picked as a first-team All-Pro by the AP. In 1948, Turner again appeared in all 12 games for the Bears, a team that compiled a 10-2 record and again finished in 2nd place in the Western Division. For the 8th and final time, Turner was selected as a first-team All-Pro center, receiving first-team honors from AP. Turner continued to play for the Bears for 4 more years, appearing in all 12 games each year from 1949 to 1952. In his final year, he played at the offensive tackle position. In 13 NFL seasons, Turner appeared in 138 regular season games and 7 postseason games. He intercepted 17 passes in the regular season and 4 more in 5 NFL championship games. He was selected as a first-team All-Pro in 8 of his 13 seasons. Turner was big for his day, 6'1" and 237 pounds. However, he was smart and very fast. According to George Halas, Turner was perhaps the smartest player he had in 40 years as the Bears coach and was a player who knew every assignment for every player on every play. Teammate George Musso once said of Turner, "Who knows what kind of player he would have been if he ever got a chance to rest during a game." Okay, that wraps up our spotlight on Bulldog Turner, another great player of the past and a 60-minute warrior. Turner played 138 regular season games, was selected as a first-team All-Pro 7 times, and his team won 4 of 5 NFL championships. Just so awesome to learn about these early players of the game. Thanks for joining me for today's trip, and I hope you join me next week as we kick off our Hall of Fame spotlight of the class of 1967 with one of my favorite all-time players. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell a friend. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.